Hi, I'm baby JC. I'm little, I'm glowing, and I got a heart full of light. Every night, I float through the stars, looking for little friends like you to share story with. And tonight, I want to tell you a very special story. It's the story of how I came into this world. Are you snuggling? Good. Let's begin. In my daddy Joseph's workshop, the air always smelled of fresh olive wood and the earth. All around, there were sweet-smelling piles of wood shavings and leftover scraps. My daddy often used these scraps to make small toys for me and my friends. But of all the toys he ever made, none was more loved than a little wooden sheep he had carved for my friend Leo. The sheep wasn't big, only the size of Leo's hand, but Daddy had carved it with such care. Its fleece was a pattern of gentle, swirling curves, and its face has the kindest, most peaceful eyes. Leo's had named him Little Friend. He took Little Friend with him everywhere. Just yesterday, I saw Leo whispering secret into the sheep's wooden ear as they sat by the well. He would make little beds of moss for him, feed him tiny leaves, and every single night, he let Little Friend sleep on the pillow right next to his cheek. To Leo, it wasn't just a piece of wood. It was a real friend who listened to all his story. One sunny day, we were playing near the rocky fields behind Leo's house. Leo had decided that a big flat rock was a tall mountain, and Little Friend was on a great adventure to climb to the very top. Be careful, Little Friend, Leo would say in a dramatic voice. The mountain is steep! He had just played the sheep on the summit when he reached for a small flower growing in a crack. As he leaned over, his hand slipped. Little Friend tumbled from the top of the rock. It seemed to fall in slow motion, a tiny wooden shape turning over and over in the air before it hit the hard-packed ground below. There was a sickeningly sharp crack sound that seemed to echo in the quiet air. Oh! Leo scrambled down the rock. His heart sank. There was on the ground lay his sheep in two pieces. One of its little legs had broken clean off. Leo picked up the body and the separate legs, his hand trembling. He hugged the broken toys to his chest and burst into deep, heartbroken sobs. Oh no! My little friend! His leg is broken! Leo cried, trying to fit the pieces together, but they just fell apart. Oh no! It's ruined! It will never be the same again! I ran to Leo's side and saw the two sad pieces of wood in his hand. I felt his heart break as if it were my own. I knew that saying, "It's just a toy," would be so wrong, because in the moment, Lisa's heart was so broken. I gently placed my hand on his shoulder. Don't worry, Leo. I said softly. Things can be healed. Leo looked at me, his eyes full of doubt. But it's broken in two. It's impossible. He sobbed. My daddy knows the secrets of the wood. I insisted gently. He knows how to make things whole again. Let's just trust him. I helped Leo carefully pick up the tiny broken leg, and together we walked slowly back toward the scan of sawdust and the sound of my daddy's work, carrying a small, fragile glimmer of hope. When we entered the workshop, my daddy was planning a long, smooth plank of wood. He stopped his work immediately when he saw Leo's tear-stained face. He didn't see a broken toy. He saw a broken heart. Oh, let's see here, he said in his calm, deep voice. He gently took the two pieces from Leo and examined them with great respect, like a doctor looking at a patient. Ah, he said after a moment, a clean break. To heal a wound like this, the most important thing we need is patience. He took a small pot of special glue he made from tree sap. This sap is the tree's always of healing its wounds. He explained as he carefully cleaned the dusty edges. We are just helping the wood do what is know best. He spread a thin, sticky layer on both broken ends and carefully, precisely, pieced the leg back together. Now, he said, his voice low and focused, come the most important part. We must hold it still like this for a long time to give the wound time to heal. He wrapped his big strong hand around the ship, and I placed my small hand next to his. Leo, seeing what we were doing, wiped his tears and placed his all-trembling hand on top of ours. The three of us stood there, perfectly still, holding the little leg together in the quiet of the workshop. The only sound was the buzzing of a fly in the sunbeam. Time passed very, very slowly, but in that shared silence, no one was impatient. After what felt like a very long time, my daddy gave a little nod and slowly, gently let go. I held my breath. Leo held his breath. Daddy took the sheep and carefully pushed on the mended leg. It was strong. It held firm. A huge smile spread across Daddy's face. He then took a tiny piece of sandpaper and, with feathery light stroke, smoothed the seam until you could barely see where the break had ever been. He polished it with a drop of olive oil until it shone. The sheep could stand perfectly on all four legs again. It was whole. Wow! Leo let out a huge shout of pure joy and relief. He threw his arms around my daddy's waist, and then he threw his arm around me. Thank you! Thank you, Bo! My little friend is all better now! He cheered, holding the mended sheep to his cheek. Seeing the radiant joy on Leo's face, I understood a deep secret. Patience wasn't just waiting. It was an active, loving, and powerful force. It was The special glue that could heal not just broken wood, but broken hearts too. And that night, I look up at the stars, the same star you see outside your window. I didn't wear a crown. I didn't have a palace. But I came with something brighter. Love. And that love is still here, floating in the stars, hiding in your prayers, and waiting in your dreams. So close your eyes now. I'm right here with you. And tomorrow, I'll tell you another story. Good night, little one. You are deeply, truly loved.